Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling source material that is, well, let's just call it spectacularly unique and maybe profoundly weird.
Hmm.
We are talking about the fecal jet engine adventure, also known, maybe more affectionately, as toilet rocket.
That title alone, it promises.
That's
Well, it promises something, doesn't it?
It really does. And look, while it absolutely screams absurdity and, yeah, humor, our mission here is to, go a bit deeper than just the laughs.
Right.
We want to try and pull out some maybe surprising insights about thinking outside the box, about radical innovation, and maybe the ultimate form of recycling, all from this just completely outrageous idea.
Finding wisdom in the weird.
Exactly. It's sort of a master class in looking, where maybe nobody else dares to look.
Or wants to look.
Fair point. So let's set the scene. We've got Alex. He's a student, inherits a house. Okay, standard enough.
So far, so normal.
But down in the basement, this dusty basement, he finds an old toilet just sitting there. But here's the twist the author gives us right away.
The note.
Yes. A cryptic note from his inventor grandfather. And it warns him, quite sternly apparently, not to flush it. Calls it the engine of the future.
The engine of the future.
I mean, that's quite a claim for a basement toilet. It's a classic setup, though, isn't it? Grandfather's warning, mysterious invention.
Totally. The author's immediately playing with our expectations of what an engine is, what the future might even look like.
Challenging those assumptions right from page 1.
Precisely. And, well, human nature. Alex is curious. The warning just makes it more tempting, right?
Absolutely. So he waits 3 days, I think?
Yeah. Holds out for 3 days. Then, inevitably, he flushes.
And all hell breaks loose, presumably.
Pretty much. What happens next is definitely not ordinary. A voice suddenly booms out, announces activation of the fecal protocol,
Fecal protocol, okay.
followed by launch in 30 seconds.
Wow, okay. Just like that terminology, fecal protocol, it's designed to shock, make you laugh, right?
Oh, for sure. But it also kind of underlines the core concept, doesn't it? That this is a system, a bizarre one, but a system built around something we usually just get rid of.
Yeah, it forces you to confront that discomfort,
Definitely. So, launch in 30. Does it actually launch?
So it launches.
Mhm.
With a roar, the toilet smashes right through the basement wall. And Alex finds himself, quite literally, airborne, on the toilet.
Flying on a toilet.
Flying on a toilet. The text even has this, humorous detail about him feeling the breeze under his pants.
Of course it does.
It's not just about a funny way to travel. The author is sort of shoving us, face first, into this idea that maybe solutions come from the most uncomfortable, maybe even repulsive places.
It's a real visceral challenge to how we think about resources, isn't it? Straight away. And while he's up there, does he figure anything out? Like how this thing works?
Now, he discovers a screen right there in the tank.
In the tank, serious.
Seriously. It's showing his speed a respectable 72 kilometers per hour, actually.
Okay, not bad for a toilet.
And his remaining biofuel, 23%. Plus, there's even a buddy for turbo flush mode.
Turbo flush. Oh, this is just layers upon layers.
It is. We learn quickly it's his grandfather's invention.
Yeah.
A fecal jet engine. It uses organic waste for thrust through some kind of biochemical fermentation process happening right there.
Biochemical fermentation in the tank. It's obviously completely wild, but it's also kind of directly poking fun at our usual ideas about energy and waste, isn't it?
Totally.
It's like this super exaggerated thought experiment on closed loop systems, suggesting that what we call waste is just, untapped energy if you have the right mechanism, however weird.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
But then, just as Alex is maybe starting to grasp this, the author throws in another complication. Control issues.
The perils of radical innovation.
Pretty much. There's a valve overload.
Yeah.
It leads to an emergency pressure release. And the text describes a blast. A massive brown column.
A brown column, right.
Yeah.
The imagery is potent. Let's say potent.
Very. And what does this unique propulsion method achieve?
Does it slow him down, speed him up?
Speeds him up. It's not just visual effects. His acceleration jumps to 120 kilometers per hour.
Wow.
And around him, it's just chaos. Birds are apparently falling out of the sky. Dandelions are shocked. Some poor cyclist just falls over. Alex is panicking, obviously. He realizes this thing is utterly uncontrollable, highly unconventional, and frankly, pretty dangerous.
It's sort of the perfect, chaotic picture of innovation that's maybe gone a little too far off the rails, hasn't it?
Yeah, or at least hasn't been fully tested.
So it's not just a funny idea, it really highlights the unpredictability, maybe the unintended consequences when you really push boundaries, especially with, well, with this kind of fuel source. It's raw, untamed.
Exactly. And just when you think, okay, where can this possibly go next, a new mode kicks in. You ready for this?
I'm braced.
Long-distance coordinates, or as the story calls it, hyperfart drive.
Hyperfart drive.
Yeah.
Of course it is. The author just keeps doubling down on the humor to make the point, don't they?
Seems like it.
Attaching this really visceral, almost childish name to something potentially so powerful, it keeps grounding the big ideas in the completely absurd. So where does this hyperfart drive take him?
Okay, so here the story takes a literal leap. A sudden jump through space. Like, boom, he's not on Earth anymore.
Right, where does he land?
Planet Closetron 5.
Closetron 5.
Perfect. Complete with pink soil, purple sky. Exactly the kind of place you'd expect a toilet rocket to end up, I guess.
It makes sense in its own bizarre way. It's this whimsical setting, but it also kind of gives the story a blank slate, right? To explore the themes without earthly constraints. Was he expected there?
Amazingly, yes. The locals, they're called the
Siphonids.
They greet him as this prophesied hero, the rider of the reactive throne. Apparently, he's there to save their planet from some kind of stagnation.
Stagnation? Given the theme, we can probably guess what kind, can't we?
I think so. And this is where Alex's background, remember, he's an aerospace engineering student, even if the story says he was a lazy one.
Right. The author set that up earlier, so he actually has some relevant skills despite the absurdity.
Exactly. Here, amidst all the craziness, and the author mentions Alex is constantly fighting the urge to vomit.
Understand him.
His engineer brain suddenly kicks in. He starts actually figuring out the toilet rocket, its unique abilities. He designs this whole pipeline system for the planet, activates some kind of reverse flushing mechanism.
Flushing. Good grief.
And they start using their own waste as fertilizer.
There it is. So the story takes its own completely nuts premise, the waste-fueled engine, and then just goes all in on the recycling theme.
Totally.
The Siphonids were literally stagnant because they weren't using their own resources. And Alex's solution turns their waste into their income, essentially.
Yeah, it's a really clear metaphor, isn't it? Albeit an absurd one. Turning liabilities into assets, the planet starts blooming.
So he actually solves their problem using toilet tech.
He does. They practically worship him. They build him a temple made of toilet lids.
A temple of toilet lids. That's fitting. It's this wonderfully ironic symbol of their transformation, isn't it?
It really is. Using discarded lids to build a monument to the idea of repurposing. It really hits home the shift in perspective the story's pushing.
Absolutely. But he doesn't stay on Closetron 5, does he? The hero usually has to go home.
He doesn't stay. He finds one last button on the console, labeled Return Home. It activates Final Flush mode.
Final Flush? Naturally, another term that makes you chuckle but also reinforces the whole mechanism, so he pushes it.
It pushes it, and poof, back on Earth. Materializes right in the middle of some prairie, some steppe somewhere.
And the toilet.
The toilet, well, it served its purpose. It apparently rolls a little bit on inertia. It just stops.
Any witnesses to this grand return?
Just one. A completely bewildered truck driver who just stares in shock and asks, reasonably enough, What? What was that just now?
A fair question in the circumstances. What does Alex say? Does he try to explain?
Nope. Alex, with this surprising calm, just replies, This is the transport of the future. And then he just leaves the toilet there in the steppe, apparently ready for new flights, and walks away.
Walks away into the sunset, leaving a confused trucker and a revolutionary piece of technology behind.
Wow. So that's the journey. From a basement to, well, planetary savior and back again.
Yeah.
All on a reactive throne.
It's quite a ride. But okay, stepping back from the physiological humor and the sheer craziness of a flying toilet, what's the real takeaway here? What's the core message underneath all that absurdity?
You know, for me, what really jumps out is just the audacity of the core idea. An engine powered by human waste. It's grotesque, it's over the top, sure.
Definitely.
But fundamentally, it's about radical recycling, right?
Yeah.
Looking for resources in the most unconventional places imaginable. That whole hyperfart drive behind the ridiculous name, there's a pretty potent satirical message. Hard to ignore.
It really is. The story, through all its, clowning around, it really makes us confront our own biases. What do we think is valuable versus what do we think is just useless?
Right.
Or disgusting? It's like the author is daring us. What if our trash, the stuff we literally flush away, is actually some kind of massive, untapped potential?
Which brings a really important question for, well, for all of us listening. The absurdity here, it's not just for shock value, is it?
No, I don't think so.
It feels like a tool, a way to break the mold. It makes you laugh, maybe even cringe a bit, but then this thought sticks with you.
Yeah.
Maybe the biggest breakthroughs come from looking in the very last place you'd ever think to look.
Absolutely. It's a powerful way to show how sometimes the only way to really challenge conventional thinking is to go so far beyond it, so far into the ridiculous, that it becomes impossible to ignore. The story makes the absurd compelling. And by doing that, it makes the seemingly impossible feel just a tiny bit more plausible, perhaps.
So what does this all mean for you, listening right now? Beyond the, let's face it, hilarious image of Alex's wild ride, doesn't this completely crazy story kind of hint that maybe the most unconventional ideas, maybe even the ones that seem repulsive at first, maybe they're the ones that could actually work?
Yeah, it challenges us, doesn't it? To really look at our ingrained reactions to things we consider waste or repulsive. And it suggests that maybe those very feelings, that discomfort, might be limiting us, holding us back from finding truly breakthrough innovations.
Perhaps sometimes the most revolutionary solutions are hiding right there, when we look at a problem from a completely wild, totally unexpected angle.
Even if that angle smells, well, maybe not so pleasant at first.
Exactly. That's some serious food for thought, isn't it? All from a deep dive into a story about a toilet rocket.